All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the doctor, Dr. Samuels. I'll introduce him properly in a few minutes. But we are here, we are excited about the mitochondria. And we say we want to create a mantra that says something more than 2024 to make us more alive for 2025. More mitochondria, more health, more life. So we are very happy to be able to talk as positively as we are talking, because the mitochondria gives us hope, man. By definition, the mitochondria are membrane-bound cell organelles that generate most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell's biochemical reactions. Chemical energy produced by the mitochondria is stored in a small molecule. They call it ATP, or adenosine triphosphate. This, ladies and gentlemen, we need to make a massive amount of it. We need to make our weight in ATP every day. So if you weigh 150 pounds, your mitochondria need to produce 150 pounds of ATP every day. Are your mitochondria doing that for you? Are you struggling with your health? Ladies and gentlemen, this mitochondria converts fat and carbohydrates with energy, with oxygen, into energy called ATP, which is the currency the cell uses to perform all the function. Now, being the powerhouse of the cell, it is the main site of ATP production. 90% of the energy made in your body is produced in the mitochondria. It's like a small nuclear power plant. The mitochondria alone is qualified to take the nutrients that they get from food along with the sun to understand the language of the plant kingdom, to get the information, instruction, data, and code from the plant kingdom and convert it into energy and to things that help the body to grow and develop and become what the body needs to become. So it's very powerful. It also plays a vital role in calcium storage. Calcium plays a critical role in our health and development, and it is the mitochondria that is in charge of the management of calcium inside of the body. How much you store, how much you will let go. Apoptosis. It has the collateral and credentials to say to cells, you have lived out your cycle, you now need to die. If a cell is damaged, and it may cause mutation, chemical damage it, bacteria, virus damages a cell, it is a burden to the body now and can cause other cells to go bad, like a bad apple in a barrel of apples. So it can program the cell and say, you come out of commission, thank you for the time that you served, you need to be replaced now. Then also helps with detoxification of the liver cells. Now, the liver plays a critical role in helping to remove the toxins and the chemicals that we are exposed to as modern man in a modern world. So many different chemicals, and they are burdening the body, disrupts the endocrine system, and causes all kind of different things happening inside of the body. Humans cannot survive without the mitochondria, and that is how profound they are. Now, what happens when the mitochondria is low or dysfunctions, or they become sick, damaged, or diseased? See the mitochondrial disease. It can cause a vast array of health concerns, like cardiovascular, meaning the heart and your blood vessels. Dr. Samuels reminds us that the heart starts to beat during the 16th week of you being inside your mother's womb. And how old are you now? Okay. So how many years has your heart been beating? 100,000 times a day, pumping your 6 quarts of blood 1,000 times through your body to bathe every single cell in your body with a life-giving flow. The Bible said the life of the flesh is in the blood. Neurological. Sorry. That's a brain, neurons, your nerves. Are all the nerves in your brain working right? Have you started to suspect that something may not be altogether right in your brain? Is it memory issues? Are you having issues with psychiatric things like mood, anxiety, stress, depression, or other type of things like that? So is your brain showing wear and tear? You need to consider that it might be a mitochondrial dysfunction. Renal failure has to do with your kidneys that perform the role of removing certain toxins and let it out through your urine. So we have to just check and see if the body is working the way it's supposed to work. GI tract, which is your gut, your alimentary canal, 30 feet of it from your mouth all the way to the back door. Is that working well? Here's where I point out that you have certain microbes in your body that perform a critical role. And 95% of the microbes in the body lives inside of your GI tract. That's like bacteria, virus, some put it in, some put it in, fungi, protozoa, archaea, and parasites. We just want to kill these guys because they don't look like ourselves. So we kill them. Modern science is saying you are the CEO not only of your 73 trillion human cells, but your 100 trillion microbial cells. You must care for them. You must protect them. You must feed them. Do no deliberate harm to them and prevent the need for someone to give us something that will drop like a bomb, especially in the last 6 feet, 5 feet of your colon, your gut called your colon, where you have 39 trillion life, should I say, supposed to have. Because if you have taken antibiotics and exposed yourself to certain chemicals over the years, I'm not sure that you still have 39 trillion microbes. And inside of your gut is supposed to be the greatest concentration of microscopic organisms anywhere on the planet resides in the human gut. They are there for a reason. God made you so. Let no one convince you that they are scums, critters, germs, and the only good bacteria is a dead bacteria. No Sankey, don't sink so. Care for, protect your microbes because they are in charge of the Ministry of Health and Homeland Security. You kill them off and you get sick like by the dog and his 10 cousins, and then you find it difficult to get back your health again. So let me move from that because I love to talk about it. Well, let me talk about the lungs, the pulmonary, your lungs, your lungs. Doc Summers again remind us that our lungs are pretty neatly folded in our chest. But if we were to unfold them, they could be as large as a lawn tennis court. God is a good folder of the lung tissues. But are you absorbing all the oxygen you need to? Can you find good oxygen too? And so on. So we are having breathing issue. And lungs cancer, we are told, is the most prevalent cancer of mankind. Erectile dysfunction. Many men struggle, and there are many reasons why this organ does not function well. But if you stay on the call longer, Dr. Summers might have something to say about it. Infertility issue. Male infertility, female infertility. Couples are trying to have a child, and many couples struggle because the endocrine system mostly is out of balance. And because of that, certain hormones are overproductive, underproductive. So that it's a major issue for many families, you know. And there are many many fertility clinics now that are popping up to help to get couples to try to have a child. But it's expensive. And we need to have a bigger conversation on this. Vision issues. Persons are losing one of their best gifts that God has given to them, the gift of sight. People are having issues like glaucoma, cataract, macular degeneration, farsightedness, nearsightedness. Can you please explain for me what antibiotics do to the system? I missed that part. Now, should I go? Okay. Antibiotics, the very name suggests, that is against the microbes, against bacteria, to kill them. Because the system believes that we are supposed to be sterile. But God gave us 6 pounds of microbes. The day that you were born, you were 99% cells in terms of human and 1% microbes. Over the first 1,000 days of your existence on this planet, you did not realize it, but you were going through a microbial supermarket to attract unto yourself your own unique species of microbes. So the microbes that you have is different from every other microbe population combination of any person on the planet. It's unique to you. And your microbes identify you more than your own DNA, than your blood, and than your urine. So your microbiome, which is the umbrella term that is used since 2001 by Joshua Liedberg, then others adopt it and call it the microbiome. All these organisms that live on you and inside of you. So when you damage them, modern science is realizing that it affects your health greatly. And many of the functions, like even brain functions, that we have different names for, the Alzheimer's and the Parkinson's and schizophrenia, etc., are now deemed to be a gut problem. The skin issues you have, eczema, rosacea, acne, dermatitis, is a gut problem, a disturbance in the gut. Cardiovascular problem, same thing. Lung issue. If you disturb the microbes in the gut, you have affected human health, because there's a Professor Julian Davies that wrote to the Science magazine in 2001 after they've completed the Human Genome Project and they did not find out the information they were looking for. He reminded them, you cannot contemplate human health and not to consider the 1,000 species of bacteria you have living on your skin and living inside of your body. They are part of you. Dr. Francisco Delgado put it this way: bacteria are an extension of the functions of the body and help you to stay healthy. That is the common thread running across science today. Bacteria is a part of you. It's the microbial equivalent of you on this planet. I must do everything to protect them. Don't damage them. And if for one reason they are damaged, you have to pay attention to restoring them. And many persons recommend prebiotics, which is food, and probiotics, live bacterial species, to repopulate, some say repopulate the gut, so that you can work well again. Because we don't work well without bacteria. Let me move on from there. I might get carried away. So back to vision issues. Your eyesight is compromised and you're not seeing well for one reason or the other. But persons are using one of our products called the Rejuvenate. And because the eyelids are the thinnest of the skin, they massage it on the eyelids. Just massage it, night and day, 4 or 5 times a day. So it penetrates, the Rejuvenate is designed to penetrate the eyelid, go into the eyeball, and the mitochondria are restored, regenerated, rejuvenated, and they begin to perform the way that, like when they were 10, 20 years younger. So persons are reporting better vision and better sight issues and less of certain type of things. So stay around long enough and you hear more information on that. So we talk about cause and effect. Mitochondrial deficit equal mitochondrial defect. You don't want to have defective mitochondria. Nowhere at all in the body. Because if they don't work well, that tissue won't work well, that organ won't work well, that system won't work well. And guess what? You need all 12 organ systems to work well. Don't let it be compromised. When the mitochondria don't work well, inflammation is out of control, because it is said that the mitochondria is in charge of regulating inflammation in the body. But if the mitochondria is not working well, inflammation may be out of control. And 95% of the diseases that affects mankind is said to be due to inflammation. In Greek, it means fire. Fire at different parts of your body. And the fire department not working well. And therefore, so that's why some people have so many different things going on: diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, at the same time. because the body is overly inflamed due to oxidative stress and free radical damage by the mitochondria just producing energy. It releases what they call a type of smoke that causes damage. And if you don't have a proper system of mopping up these free radicals, it can cause oxidative stress, which damages tissue, damages the cell membrane, makes it tough, makes it callous, and make it difficult for nutrients to enter the cell and for waste to leave the cell. So you're drowning in your own poison, toxic waste inside of the body. And that is why we need a technology of MoreMyto, which comes with these oils that begin to open up those receptor sites on the cells again, so that the nutrients can enter and the things can leave. Ladies and gentlemen, these products that we have at MoreMyto is top draw product, because without them, it can cause diseases, chronic pain, and cause you to suffer from things. What are you suffering from? Maybe a mitochondrial deficit, inflammation. We look at some of these already. We can skip this slide in the interest of time. So this blood vessel here, we have 60,000 miles of blood vessels. Is this a blood vessel being blocked that is going to go to the brain, the carotid artery? What happens if that artery going to the brain to give blood to the brain, oxygen, growth factors, nutrients, and other type of important things, and removal of waste and such like? What happens if oxygen don't reach some brain cells? Some persons may get a stroke. You have two types, ischemic and hemorrhagic stroke. Some persons have that, and other brain issues might happen. But what happens if this blood vessel is one that feeds the heart, the coronary artery? You don't want any of those vessels to be blocked. Can cause the death of heart cells. And friends, you need every cell to be well inside of your heart, because it is pumping diligently, and you want to get blood all over the heart. Now, cholesterol, this is described as a cholesterol plaque, because damage is being done to the inside walls of your blood vessels by things that you eat. I can mention a few of them that might frighten you. Last time I gave you 20, I'll give you less than 10 now. Frozen meals, fries, white bread. They say the whiter the bread, the sooner you're dead. Instant noodles. I see a lot of young ladies love to go buy these instant cup noodles and throw water upon them and get soup same time. You might want to look at that. Margarine, soybean oil. If I mention the word bacon, some persons might be upset with me, so I'm not going to say bacon and sausage. But sugar, alcohol, and dairy products. Ladies and gentlemen, you're going to say, Clive, when I must eat? I'm asking myself that question also, because they mess with our food, genetically modified food. And today, food is refined, acidic, and processed, that makes food poisonous, inflammatory, and nutrient lacking. No wonder Bob Marley said, yes, your belly full, you're still hungry because you eat a whole heap of food without no nutrient in it, and you burden the body. And what happened now? What happened now? Any little antioxidant you get from any food you eat have to go now to put out the fire inside of the body, and the body is short. Ladies and gentlemen, when the mitochondria is under control, the liver does not need to produce so much cholesterol anymore, because the body is better able to deal with inflammation. It's overly inflammation that is causing the problems in your body. Why the body makes so much cholesterol? By the way, cholesterol is not your enemy. Cholesterol is your friend. So pay attention to some information is coming around on TikTok about cholesterol. Pay some attention to it, and then you can ask Dr. Samuels some important questions about it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is at this point I'm going to introduce Dr. Desmond Samuels to you. I believe he's the most comprehensive doctor that I've met, and I'll tell you why. Dr. Samuels holds a bachelor's degree in psychology. Dr. Samuels holds a bachelor's degree in theology. I heard him pray the other night. You see, I tell you, man, I think the angels closed their wings and listened to Dr. Samuels pray as he prayed for um, Pastor Batik and members of his church, and then he prayed for other persons. He is just a well-rounded, well-grounded human being that is a medical doctor. And I'm happy to have him here presenting to us. He has a diploma as an electronic technician. He's an accident and emergency physician. He is a massage therapist. And I'm talking about training, not talking about a man trying a thing. He is an expert in functional medicine. He believes that plant life gives life. He is a mitochondria expert and is a more mito aficionado. For few people in this place will know about more mito more than Dr. Samuel. So, ladies and gentlemen, allow me to get out of the way of greatness, present to some and introduce to others, none other than the erudite and affable Dr. Desmond Samuels. Please open your microphone, my friend and my brother.
Yes, Doc. Good evening, everybody. Greetings from cold Calgary.
Yes.
Minus 14 today, all through the day, as Oliver Samuels would say, 14
Yes.
below naught.
Cool.
It's very cold. It's very cold.
Cool. Yes.
Yeah, I don't know, today I was just playing some festival songs. This is the land of my birth. I need
Wow.
to get
So you know a festival, when they hear them sound there.
Yeah, I need to get out of
Yes.
here. I need to get down. Just putting some things together to come down to spend a good 12 months in the land of my birth. Folks,
Can't wait. Yes.
yes, we're happy and excited. I'm just gonna go into the presentation just to pick up on where Dr. Campbell left off. Sir, thank you for the job you have been doing in presenting this information to folks all over the world. And as we get into the application of the stuff that we're going to take, we're going to ask that you pay special attention to it, and we'll have a discussion at the end. So we're going to talk about three men, and one of them is Dr. Bevan Elliott. And this question that you're looking at here is a question he said he asked God in prayer. He said, how can I make a product that's going to help people to die from old age and not from diseases? How can I make a product for that? For those of us who have the displeasure of watching our elderly parents and grandparents dying, man, sometimes the pain was so crazy. And for us in the hospital setting, when we see people dying, especially here in Canada, they give them the morphine patch. They give them their own little applicator in their hand, where when the pain gets a lot, they can just press a button and release some painkiller to themselves. Because pain is just not good. Pain and discomfort is just horrible. And so if persons can die in comfort, then that is a good thing. And that's why they have stuff like palliative care, where you go to a special, we call it a hospice. And basically, it's just pain management to ensure that a person dies in comfort. So here's what Dr. Elliott's research indicates. It indicates that what affects the health the most is the health of the mitochondria. He states that you literally cannot be your healthiest or your best unless your mitochondria are operating optimally. If the health of the mitochondria can be improved when you can have more mitochondria that are bigger and are more energetic, then your overall health can be improved. Get your mitochondria right. In other words, persons must be thinking, how can I get this mitochondria right? Maybe somebody's on the line tonight is thinking, I've never heard of a mitochondria before. Well, welcome to the call. We're going to talk to you about what this mitochondria is tonight. And as Dr. Clive mentioned in the beginning of the presentation, every cell except the blood cells in our body have mitochondria. Mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell. What do I mean by that? It is what powers the cell to do or to partake or participate in the chemical reactions that are necessary for sustenance of life. And so when we go to medical school, first week they tell us that the number one reason for most sicknesses and diseases is basically low energy. And so, if we look at it like that, stating that low energy is what causes sicknesses and diseases, and the mitochondria is the source of energy, you can just always then paraphrase and say the number one cause for sicknesses, diseases, and death is mitochondrial issues. So, let's meet the founding team of More Mito. Roger Hill, CEO and a co-founder, works with major government organization in the States, work for the Pentagon, work for the space program. But then, as brilliant as his mind is, he developed diabetes. And that's when he sought out Dr. Bevan Elliott. How can I get rid of this nasty thing? How can I get rid of this diabetes? Diabetes is just one nasty disease that nobody wants to have. But for some reason, it seems to be bothering us a lot. So Dr. Bevan, Roger Hill is a gentleman who advises presidents and big people, so-called big people in the States. So when he sits with the Pentagon persons and so on and so forth, presidents listen to him before they make their decisions. Dr. Bevan Elliott, again, is a co-founder. He's the chief scientist behind everything that we do here. And you can see his credentials that are here. And then Dale Boney, the president, and the director of sales and marketing was a big guy over at Procter & Gamble, one of the biggest distributing companies in the US of A. So one of the things that Dr. Campbell talked to you about is the stuff that can cause mitochondrial problem. Antibiotics, a problem. It can cause mitochondrial problem. Any one of those medication you take that ends with VIR, those are mitochondrial killers. The stressful situation that you live in, those can be mitochondrial killers as well. If you are drinking bad water, you're eating bad food, all of those kind of stuff, they can actually cause mitochondrial problem. Your mitochondria are at their best, at their most in the first couple of years of life. By the time you get to about age 21 or so, that is when we start losing the mitochondria. That's when they start getting depleted. And if you notice, if you think back over your life, it's in your third decade of life that you start realizing that things are not as they used to be. You look at things, that's when you start realizing that you're feeling different niggles here and there, different aches and pain here and there. And by the time you get in your 40s, that's when a lot of folks start developing hypertension. That's when the diabetes come in. That's when the chronic illnesses come in. Why? Because the mitochondria is under attack. So now, how do we repair or prevent mitochondrial issues? So this company has 3 products. Product number 1 is our flagship product. Basically, our lipid soluble liquid formulation Ultra Mito Restore. It works from the inside out and it grows the mitochondria to increase cellular energy, provide your body with the nutritional resources to restore, regenerate, and repair itself physically and emotionally. And then our second product is the Ultra Mito Rejuvenate. Now, this is our topical gel. It works from the outside in. It works on areas of specific concern. Highly recommended for anything that affects your hair, your scalp, your skin, any place on your body in an unwanted way. It also penetrates deep to affect tendons, ligaments, muscles, and joints that may be experiencing any kind of discomfort, 1. Number 2, mobility issues. Number 3, lack of feeling. And 4, poor circulation. So this restore, rejuvenate works on those areas of your body. So if you're experiencing, or if you know anybody experiencing aches and pains, whether it be muscle issues, whether it be joint issues, whether it be headaches and all of them kind of stuff, whether they have dandruff problem, damage here, these can help with that. So the rejuvenate and the restore, these 2 guys, I'm going to talk to you about the third product in a minute, because all 3 of them, when you think about it, all 3 of them work in combination here. They use natural ingredients that are amplified and driven deep into the cell and into the mitochondria using what we call XDS, our exponential delivery system. That's our proprietary delivery system, patent. Now, so what happened is that whenever we're taking anything into our body to work in a medicinal way, whether it be conventional or natural, one of the things we have to look at is the delivery system. And so it is this XDS system that Dr. Bevan Elliott worked on that took him over 9 years to perfect it. And so let's talk a little bit about the delivery system, the XDS. Let's say, for example, you have two buckets walking up to a chain link fence. One of the buckets have sand in it, and the other one has some tennis balls. And you're trying to get these across the other side of the fence without throwing them over. You want them to go through the fence. And so what happened is that to get the tennis balls across, you got to use some amount of energy and squeeze them across to get them on the other side of the fence. It's going to take more time, going to take more effort. But then you come to the sand, the bucket, same bucket with the sand in it. You just take that bucket of sand and you just throw it up against the fence, and majority of it, 99.9% of it goes across. Easy, easy, easy. That is the best way to explain the XDS system. Because what happened is that what this XDS system does is that it takes the ingredients from these three products, get to the lipid bilayer of the cell. Because XDS system is activated, it moves through the lipid bilayer of the cell, gets into the cytoplasm, deliver what needs to be delivered to the other organelles. Then it gets to the mitochondria itself, mitochondria, which also has a lipid bilayer, moves through the lipid bilayer of the mitochondria and goes in there to deliver the ingredients that is necessary for the mitochondria to be restored, to be rejuvenated, to be renewed. And so the mitochondria is operating optimally again. So Restore comes in a bottle, like I said before, it's our liquid formulation. And so it's an adaptogenic formulation, and it is designed to promote and stimulate free natural energy from the mitochondria that can outlast your longest day. In other words, when it comes to about 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, that's when you have that lull. That's when you have that you feel tired. You feel like you want that fifth cup of coffee or the third cup of coffee, or you want an energy drink or something like that. And folks, I am happy to say that based on a report we got from the American Medical Association yesterday, what they were saying is that those energy drinks are actually the last quarter, their sales were down over 17% because people are gravitating more to healthy options instead of the sugary, high caffeine option. Do you realize that the caffeine in one Red Bull could be about the amount of the caffeine that is in 27 cups of coffee? That cannot be good for your heart. It enhances the brain's ability with the vision, the clarity, and the focus to meet your everyday challenge. In other words, what it's going to do for you, it is going to allow you to get through your day with less challenging. You're going to get rid of the brain fog. You're going to have a lot of good stuff going on with you. So you're going to get through there and you're going to be thinking at the end, wow, I still have energy to burn. And so that is what's going to happen, because what's happening here is that the mitochondria is now producing the energy that it needs to produce. It's a mood enhancer and it reduces stress. Persons who are taking the Restore are experiencing deeper and more restorative sleep. It's offering cellular detoxification and cell repair. So once the mitochondria is good and operating properly again, now it activates one other organelle inside the cell. It activates the glutathione. Folks, the glutathione is called the master antioxidant, and its job is just to be a chelator. Its job is just to clean out free radical. Its job is just to get rid of oxidative stress. Its job is basically to get rid of the results of aging and free radical damage. And so when the mitochondria is right, then it in turns activate the glutathione, and so now it gets rid of the crap, get rid of the foolishness, get rid of the garbage, get rid of the inflammation out of your cells. And so the cell is now repaired, rejuvenate, and is moving forward. Now, that's also going to help with the immune system, and it's going to offer body-wide support for your major organ system. Here is the most important line of this presentation. It enhances the body's ability to manage itself and to maintain homeostasis. Because when your body is in homeostasis, it's in balance, it's in equilibrium, then it can repair itself. And that is what is going on here. So we are not telling you that the restore, the rejuvenate, or the renew is going to heal you. What we're telling you is that these products, what they are going to do is that they're going to give the mitochondria a kick, give it a boost, return it to the state that it was 15, 20, 25 years ago. Can you imagine for a moment what your life would feel like if it goes back to you where you were 25, 30 years ago? If you can start feeling like that again, if you can start seeing like that again, if you can start operating like that again, can you imagine what that will mean for you? I was in church on Sunday and I was looking around at the youngsters and I was thinking to myself, my God, look at them. Some of them in church here. COVID has really done a number on us, but we'll get back to that. And I was just moving because I enjoy my music. I love to dance, and I look at the guys around my age and some of them even younger, and they were just in so much discomfort. Their joints, you can tell that they were just riddling in pain. I was just moving around with the youngsters, and I'm like, yes, I want it to stay like this for a long time. Because I don't go to dance no more to dance to calypso music. My dance is done in church now. Whole different story. But what I'm trying to say is this: if we can get you back to homeostasis, then now the body will repair itself one cell at a time, one tissue at a time, one organ at a time, one system at a time, and eventually fix what needs to be fixed. Benefits of restore can be especially important to persons who are experiencing extreme energy deficit, especially from the effects of medication. Like I mentioned before, the VIR, the medications that ends with VIR. So those that you take, the antiviral medication, will be for AIDS virus, herpes virus, whatever virus. Those medications actually are mitochondrial killers. Athletes striving for extreme performances, this works very well for them. Persons with occupations that require problem-solving abilities, working moms and dads, or anyone who just want to be as healthy as you can be. Just launch an SOS today for your cell by taking the Restore. Now, there are some documented benefits of Restore. The superfood. These are not just stuff that people are saying. These have been documented, these have been tested, and that these are the benefits that persons are getting from the Restore. Persons who are experiencing excessive fatigue, they get relief, documented. Healthy blood pressure support, documented. Persons experience restoration of cardiovascular and heart problems, major other organ support system, healthy weight loss, healthy hair and youthful skin. There's anti-parasitic and anti-pathogenic um, benefits, cholesterol improvement, and immune response support. From persons can tell you that they receive a lot of relief from the discomfort of fibromyalgia, arthritis, and those kind of stuff. So persons have also reported that by not taking any kind of statin, they were able to see a reduction in their cholesterol levels. How do you take the Restore? The Restore comes in that liquid jar, that a glass jar that I show you, the liquid formulation. It comes with an applicator. The applicator, you're supposed to take about 4 ounces, 4 milliliters per day, sorry. A loading dose of double or more for the first few days. And then you can take it to the morning or evening. So what you're going to do is you're going to fill the applicator up to where it's the fourth line, the top line, and that's 1 milliliter. You're going to hold your head back a little bit and you're going to put it under your tongue and hold it for about 90 to 120 seconds. Allow all of it to be absorbed deep inside of the blood vessel. So it bypass the stomach acids, bypass the liver, bypass the intestinal juices, and go directly into your bloodstream. Gets right into the bloodstream and get taken directly to the cells. All right. And so that is why it is so efficacious. You're not going to take more than one you're not going to put more than 1 milliliter at a time under your tongue, because then the salivary gland is going to recognize that, hey, there's something in this mouth we need to start producing, and that's going to make it more difficult for it to be absorbed properly. So what you want to do, 1 milliliter, hold it back, then you can take the second one afterwards. And so there's going to be some saliva produced in your mouth. My recommendation to you is that you just swish it around in your mouth and then before you swallow. And it really, really kind of clean up, get rid of bacteria that cause bad breath and all of that. It's really good. So what should I expect, and how quickly does it work? Some persons report same-day results. Most people report benefits in days or weeks. In a lot of instances, you're going to find signs that the body is being detoxified. What are the signs? You're going to might have a slight headache. You might find out that you might want to sleep a little bit more. And this is because these toxins are being driven out to your body, and that's why you're feeling the way that you're feeling. One of the other signs that your body is being detoxified is like the colon is being detoxified. And you're going to find out that you probably weren't going to the bathroom more than maybe 4 or 5 times per week. You might find yourself going there 4 or 5 times per day for the first couple of days, first few days. Why? Because your colon is being cleansed. All that crap that has been sitting down there for months is now being taken out. And we're not even talking about watery diarrhea. We're talking about regular solid stool. Now, one of the things that I have to encourage you to do once you start taking this product, as you should do if you're taking any medication at all, is to ensure that you are hydrated. Make sure you're drinking, even if you're not thirsty, if you don't feel thirsty, make sure you're drinking at least 6 to 8 glasses of water per day. And folks, when you go out and you buy the bottled water, and you use it, just get rid of that bottle. Don't freeze it and don't reuse it and all of that. Because I mean, you shouldn't even be drinking out of those bottles anyway, but just make sure it's a one use and done. All right. Don't be using it again and again and again. So that is what we want to do with that. So what you want to do is to ensure, and then um check your stool. Just don't poo, wipe, flush. You want to check your stool, make sure it's not floating, because then we could have other issues that you need to deal with. If you're not on antibiotics, you also want to check the smell. Did it change? Make sure there's no blood in it. Same thing with your urine, and so on and so forth. If those things are changing, you need to talk to your physician. You need to talk to your general practitioner. Let them know that, hey, something is going on. I can sense some change here. I have not changed my diet. I'm not on any kind of medication, and so on and so forth. So can you help me with what's going on here? Now, if you're on chronic medication for a long time, for example, you're probably taking high blood pressure medication. You're probably taking medication for sugar, diabetes. You might be taking medication for asthma. You might be taking medication for any other chronic illnesses. You've been taking medication for a long time. One of the things that I'm going to suggest that you do is instead of doubling up, taking 8 milliliters per day, I'm going to suggest you take like 12 to 16 milliliters per day, especially for the first 10 days or so. That is going to give your body a boost, give it a shot to get these mitochondria back up and running. Folks, remember now, you've been taking these medication 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years. And nobody asks any question, when do I have to stop? When do I have to stop? Why? Because we're actually treating the symptoms. But what this is going to do when you start taking this alongside your medication is going to allow your body to get to the root cause. Because once the root cause basically is that the mitochondria is not right. So once the mitochondria get right, a lot of stuff are going to start changing inside of your body. Here are the 44 ingredients that are formulated by Dr. Bevan Elliott. Ingredients are anti-inflammatory ingredients in there, anti-diabetes, anti-hypertension, anti-cancer, all kind of stuff is in there. Anti-erectile dysfunction, anti-depression, you name it. A lot of these medication have a lot of these qualities. For those of you who are taking medication for diabetes, usually you're also going to be asked to take a statin. And so by doing that, you're killing out the CoQ10. So if you notice where my cursor is here, you're killing off the CoQ10. So you're going to really want to replenish that as well. All right. So statins kill CoQ10, and CoQ10 is necessary for heart health. All right. So you need to get on this medication, this technology. And if you don't get on it for whatever reason, as long as you're taking statin, you need to start taking CoQ10. Let's talk about the Rejuvenate. It's good for anything that itches, anything that scratches, any kind of breakout, or any kind of irritants. So persons who are looking to get fresher, younger looking skin, persons who want natural alternative to medication for discomfort, person who wants sharper vision, um, athletes pursuing vigorous workout. And if you just want to be as healthy as you can possibly be with less emotional stress and physical discomfort, we're saying take the Rejuvenate gel and massage it into your skin. So if you're suffering from joint pain and discomfort, bumps and bruises, any kind of fine lines and wrinkles, sunburn, sun damage, any kind of cuts, any kind of bruises, any kind of insect bites, if you're struggling with dandruff and you have tried the Nizoral, you have tried the Head and Shoulder, you have tried the this and nothing worked, try the Rejuvenate. Use it to, so after you wash your hair, what you could do is get your daughter, your son, your spouse, somebody to part your hair and oil your scalp. And once they do that, then you'll find out that it will get rid of those microbes that cause the dandruff, right? Guys who are shaving and suffering from razor bumps, this works very well for that. So if you got scars, if you got warts, if you got skin tags, great. Now, it is also very good as a natural deodorant. I always try to tell folks, it's, my mom always let us know that it's not the same day the leaf fall in the water that it's going to rot. So what you want to do is to check the deodorant that you buy from the department stores to make sure that one of the ingredients is not aluminum, because if that is the case, aluminum does cause lymphoma. And you have a lot of lymph nodes under your arm right there. Persons who are suffering from peripheral neuropathy, you go into your bed, you lay down, and you find out, my God, my feet hurt. I'm in so much pain in my calf. I'm in so much pain in my ankle. I'm in so much pain on the sole of my foot. I'm in so much pain in the digits, whether it be the big toe all the way to the tiny one. These are just signs that there is calcification going on there. These are just signs of poor circulation. And this Rejuvenate really, really helps with that. Is it going to work in 2 to 3 days? Maybe not, but in 2 to 3 weeks of consistent use, you're going to start getting results from it. And if you continue to use this Rejuvenate on your feet or in your fingers to get rid of the numbness and the tingling over time, one of the things that's going to start happening is that your blood pressure is also going to be affected by being reduced, and the blood sugar also, because there are some ingredients that it gets into your body, gets into your bloodstream and start working like that. If you have sinus issue, you put it on a Q-tip, massage it in your nostril. Make sure you put a towel on your pillow, because in some instances, persons are finding out that a lot of dark stuff is just coming out of their nostrils and is messing up their pillow, because we're getting rid of subtle sinus infections. How do you use the Rejuvenate? Like I said, you're going to thoroughly massage it in and around the affected area, reapply multiple times per day or as needed. Continue to use even after the discomfort is gone for more complete recovery. Um, so again, it's a topical gel. So you're going to massage it wherever the pain and the discomfort is, or wherever the abnormality is, whether it be a skin tag, whether it be a scar, whatever it may be. Just ensure that you use it, and use it. Again, Some persons are going to get results in days, some persons are going to get it in weeks, and others may take more time because depending on how long and how toxic your body is and how much detoxification needs to be done. But you have to give yourself a fair shot. You can't just, like a lot of persons, come on, they hear the testimonials from other people, and some of them like, I went through 1 month supply and nothing happened. It doesn't work like that, because even sometimes you're on the medication that you're on for your diabetes, your blood pressure, whatever else that you're dealing with, and even when you take the medication, you still feel crappy. Are you gonna stop taking it? Your doctor is gonna tell you no. I'm gonna tell you no. All right. So this should be a part of the maintenance protocol as you go forward, as you try to reverse the effects of aging, reverse the effects of inflammation, reverse the effects of whatever it is of mitochondrial problem. Here are the 22 ingredients that are in the Rejuvenate, and you can take a picture, go through them, Google them, check out the efficacy of them, and then go forward from there. All right. Now, the third product is the Renew, Ultra Mito Renew, brain and body. This is our hydrophilic formulation, and this is in capsule form. When I say hydrophilic, I mean that it is not afraid of water. It's not hydrophobic, and it is water soluble, so it's absorbed easily. So it's called the brain and body, and it's helped them to take the mental and physical performance to another level. So this Renew brain and body enhances physical performances and takes them to another level. It was created by our chief formulator, again, Dr. Bevan Elliott, in consort with the Ultra Mito Restore and Rejuvenate, to give you the power to be your best from a cellular level. Again, like I mentioned in the beginning, we are not just here to deal with symptoms. Yes, we want the symptoms to go away, but we want to go to the root cause and take care of stuff from that level. Now, when it comes to these things, the question you want to ask yourself is your vision as good as it used to be? Do you have less strength and stamina than you did when you were younger? And that's why I'm asking this question here. And I'm saying, would you like to have the vigor, the vitality, the strength and the stamina that you had 15, 20 years ago? This is what we're aiming to do with these products, to get the mitochondria kicking again. And so when that happens, then now it will reverse the effects of aging. And now you're going to start feeling like your old self again. You can, those of grandparents can play with their kids. Those of us who love our cricket and our soccer, we can go out and do it recreationally again, and so on and so forth. We can you remember things? You get your brain going back again. Has it become more difficult to maintain your blood pressure, your blood sugar, and a healthy weight? Is your immune system as strong as it once was? Or do you bounce back from injury or illnesses as quickly as you once did? So these are the kind of stuff that we want you to take into consideration. So when you look at these questions here, if you answer yes to any of them, you need to get on these products. So the brain and body adds another dimension of more mitochondria strategy for health, wellness, and personal empowerment. It brings the water-soluble ingredients, which add additional effects in growth of the mitochondria. This complements and extends the benefits of the oil-soluble, lipid-soluble ingredients in the Restore. So we're taking it from every angle. So whether it be lipid-soluble or water-soluble, we got it covered. These are the 16 ingredients that are in the brain and body. And folks, these are very, very powerful ingredients. All right. Now, how do you get these products? Get back to the person that invited you. They will send you their personal website. Sign up as a referring customer. And then when you're ready, you order your technology. Now, once you sign up, you're going to sign up for free. This is not one of them companies where you're expected to pay before you can scroll through the website and see whatever. And no, once you sign up, you're going to be able to see everything. And so when you get ready to purchase, then you can actually do so. So once you get in, what is going to happen is that the person is going to send you their website. Once they send you their website, what you want to do is to sign up as a referring customer. Once you sign up as a referring customer, then you go back into your email and you're going to activate it. Once you activate it, you're going to have your website is going to look like this. So you go through, read about the company, and then when you get ready to purchase, you go to shop more Mito. And then you can shop People's Health product. When you get the People's Health product, then you can actually go in and read up some more, and then you get a nice flyer for I think these are all like 4 pages of information on the product that we have here. All right. Again, you'll see the formulator there, Dr. Bevan Elliott. And then as you scroll down, these are actual audio testimonials. Some serious testimonies are in here. And so when you get ready to purchase, you go to buy now. You click on buy now. And this is important. Instead of buying these products individually, the recommendation is that you buy them in bundles. So each standard bundle is a $200 value that you get for $150. And then we have some other super bundles and so on and so forth. But let's talk about the standard bundles first here. So a standard bundle is 2 Rejuvenate, which is 2 of the gel, and 1 Restore. So normally it should be 1 Restore, 1 Rejuvenate, but then you get the second Rejuvenate for free. There it is. So they get the Restore, the Rejuvenate, and then you get another free one. The cost of this is 160 American dollars. Now, if you want to get it shipped to you every month and the money is deducted from your credit card or whatever payment system you set up, then you'll save an additional $10. Now, if you know persons who you want to help or you think would benefit, especially those in pain and discomfort, then you buy the bundle number 2. So then you'll get the Restore, you'll get the Rejuvenate, but then you will also get 12 mini jars of Rejuvenate. And these you use as marketing tools. So you know somebody at work who's going through some pain and discomfort. You just give them a couple of them and tell them, hey, try this a few times a day and then tell me how you feel after about 5 days. You know, and so on and so forth. And then as you scroll down, you can check the bundles out as you go. So depending on what it is that you're dealing with, depends on the bundle that you're going to get. Then we have the brain and body bundle. So this is where you'll get 1 Restore, 1 Rejuvenate, 1 Renew, which is the brain and body. Again, same deal. This one comes for same price, $160. You can also get the Renew, the Restore, and you can get the mini jars as well. So you don't have to take the whole thing, you can take the mini jars. All right. And so you can just scroll down and look at the different combinations that you can have. Now, give me 2 minutes of your time. Let's say you're dealing with chronic illnesses. Let's say you're dealing with the diabetes, you're dealing with the high blood pressure, you're dealing with the fatigue, the lethargy, you're dealing with the heart problem, you're dealing with the COPD, you're dealing with the asthma, something chronic like that. You're on medication on them for a long time. I would say do yourself a favor and get this bundle here, the super bundle. And it's going to come with 2 Restore and 1 Rejuvenate. The first Restore, I would go with 12 milliliters per day instead of the 4 and the 8. I'd go with 12 per day with the first bottle until it's done. And then after that, you can switch to 4 to 8 on the second bottle. I would even go up to 16 if necessary, depending on how long you've been dealing with the stuff that you're dealing with. And then that's going to give your system a boost, a jolt, so that you can just kick it into power, and then you go back down to after that to start dealing with the second one. So that would be my recommendation for you, because what I found out is that the persons who do the 8, 12, 8, 10, 12 milliliters per day, those are the guys who get quicker result, and they are the ones who are reporting greater result. Even one lady with HIV, she went up to 16 milliliters per day. She was HIV positive. Her CD4 count was in the 300s, and within 3 weeks, they went up to 1,000. Now, what happened is that she had to move from one state to the next, and she had lost her, I guess she had to make a quick run, so she left her antiretroviral drugs. Folks, after about 3 to 4 weeks of tripling up and this technology, her CD4 count went to over 1,000. You know what that means? That means that there was no more AIDS virus in her. No more HIV virus. That's what that meant. All right. So I figured on what I'm saying is that it seems like the folks who are doubling and tripling up and so on and so forth, they are the ones who are actually getting faster result. Everybody gets result, but those guys seems to get it quicker. If you take a look here, if you're gonna buy the Restore by itself, it's $110. The Rejuvenate by itself is $60. The box of 12 mini jars, $60. The Pet Life, we have a Pet Life too for those of you who have your pet and you want to get their life back in order. That's also $60. And the Brain and Body, that now is also $60. So if the individual prices are 60, and that is why you get the discount when you buy them as a bundle. Dr. Dan Soloway, registered nutritionist. You can talk to him for about $30. And if you're on, as Marva will explain to us, if you're on AutoShip, it's about $20. You can get a half an hour of consultation with him, and that will he'll help you to talk to you about what you need to eat, how you need to eat, and so on and so forth. I hope the information you got was right. I hope the information you got was relevant. And I'm going to hand back over to Dr. Clive and Lady Marva as we go forward from here. Thanks again for listening, and I am out.
Hey, great, great, great. Dr. Samuels, thank you for such clear, concise information. I'm sure persons are happy for this information, especially those who are coming on the call for the first time. We thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, just to say to you that we allow, if you have a question to ask Dr. Samuels, feel free to follow the instructions that Lady Marva will give. And we are not going to drag out the session. So please get your questions in a very timely manner so that we can get it going. Just give Dr. Summers a breather. In the meantime, let me say that we here at MoreMyto, we are recommending that instead of giving the traditional type of gifts for the season into 2025, why not give a gift of health? Why not help somebody who's struggling? And for someone who you know is private and don't talk a lot about their health, you might want to surprise them and buy the gift and tell them that they are useful and they use it. Because some people just don't talk about their health any at all. But if I buy them a gift, they might say, wow, thank you for these, and they may use it. So we encourage you, give the gift of health for the rest of 2024 and start 2025 more alive. So that is our recommendation. Hope you believe that this is a good suggestion. So let me hand over now to Lady Marva, who will give the instructions in terms of where we go from here. Thank you, Lady Marva.
You are welcome. Thank you, Dr. Sanders, Dr. Campbell. Thank you for the leaders who are on. Thank you for the members who are on, and most of all, thank you for the new folks that are coming in to listening on this awesome information. We thank you. And just to let you know, I did not introduce Dr. Campbell today because I was not feeling well, and I called Dr. Campbell and he said, "Did you use your restore?" And I said, "No, I've been running around. I had early breakfast. I haven't eaten, but I'm having a serious pain." He says, "Marva, go take that." I took 2 doses because the first one went through so fast, there was nothing left in my mouth. And I went to the other one, and listen to me now, I'm feeling great. So thank you, Dr. Campbell. It's always good to have a backup. And thank you, Merrick, for stepping in for me. I appreciate it. So, ladies and gentlemen, after hearing this fine presentation, and you want to speak to the doctor, if you want to ask a question, to make something clear, if you have your own thing going, raise your digital hand, and so you can speak to them. So, look, if you're using your phone in the bottom, you'll see a reactions button, and it has a heart on top. Just click on that, and at the very top of that, it will give you the option of pressing the button to give you to raise your hand, and I'll see that you raise your hand. If you open the mic um without me telling you to join it, I might have to close your mic because sometimes the background is too noisy, and also I can't see who opened the mic. So please, I'm asking you, raise your hand. You can also leave a message in the chat, but we like to talk to you. So go ahead, please. Who'll be the first? And remember, Dr. Campbell says we're not going to stay too long tonight. So please raise your digital hand if you want to say something, even if you want to give us a quick testimonial. Okay? Thank you. Go ahead, please. Okay, Mr. Alric. Thank you very much. And next in line would be Sister Kathy Brackett. So let's go to with Mr. Alric first. Go ahead, please. Open your mic, sir.
Hi, evening, and thanks for all of these wonderful information.
You're
I
welcome,
had
sir.
invited quite a few persons, but they're having issues coming on. Is it possible for me to get a record of tonight's program? I don't do that.
Certainly. Certainly. Oh, of course. I'll drop my number in the chat so because I don't have you in my contact. So I'll drop my number in the chat and you can always link me so I can um keep you in mind to get that recording
Yeah,
to you.
right. Because I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate tonight's explanation.
Mm,
Thank you very much.
yes, you are quite welcome. Just be sure that they're getting the right one because sometimes we have a special one going for something special like we did for the men's and symposium. So you might want to just check with that, okay? Make sure they have the right link to come in. We don't want them to miss a thing. So thank you so much, Mr. Alric. Okay, Mr. Cathy.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Um, I really want to get feedback from Dr. Samuels. I have a radiology report, but it is a long paper with a lot of stuff on it. I am not so sure. um,
So say
I
it. You want a private meeting with him. That's what that's it.
I wouldn't mind because I can call some of these things that I don't want to embarrass myself on the call.
Sorry, I interrupted and say that because she already told that to me in the meeting, so I don't know why she's beating around the bush. Dr. Samuels, are you up with that, sir? I don't know, your schedule might be very busy, but how was that for you? Are you there?
Yeah, what country is
Sorry,
she in?
Jamaica.
Jamaica. Does she work in the daytime?
No, sir, I am available at any time.
All
All right.
right. So
Yeah, just someone.
give me get my stuff from Marva and give me a shout till 11 o'clock Jamaica time.
That's tomorrow.
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Okay,
Okay,
will
thank you
do.
very much. Thank you. Will do. Thank you very much, sir.
I
All
can
right.
remember it's 11 o'clock now. Not
Yeah,
11:05.
that is 11 o'clock my time. What time is
Yes,
his
yes,
time?
same time as my time. His time is different. That's why I said Jamaica time. So your time, your local time,
Okay.
is 11 o'clock. Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
You are welcome. Thank you, my darling, for coming in and ask. Okay. Anyone else to raise their hand? Anyone in the chat? Let me take a look in the chat. Oh, here's
When this finish,
oh,
we play one little beanie game, madam, you know, right?
close your mic. We don't want to know your business. Okay, so here's on which one is for pain restore as well. Which one's for the BP and diabetes? How long time for medication? 1 year or 5 years? And I guess you probably came in late because Dr. Campbell went through all of this. But he was just talking. And Dr. Campbell, Dr. Sample, which one you want to take this call, sirs?
Yeah, Dr. Samuel is fine.
All right,
Okay.
so the person was asking about
Which one of the for restore and
see, that's the thing. I mean, just to say pain, where is the pain? I just can't just say this is for that pain, that is for that pain. Where is the pain? What kind of discomfort are we talking about? And how long, what's the length of time for medication, 1 year or 5 year? Medication for what? It depends on what you're taking the medication for. Some medication, persons are on them for life, 20, 30 years. They change in between. So you kind of have to be a bit more specific.
you can open your mic if you'd like. Maybe you're not in an area where you can open your mic. Okay. Well, say something in the chat then, please.
And in the meantime, I say Dr. Samuels, I got quite a few direct messages, private messages. One they're asking is if you're using Rejuvenate on your face, does it protect you from the sun or you still have to use sunscreen?
Rejuvenate was not designed for as a sunscreen per se. So I would still say put the Rejuvenate on first and then put the sunscreen after.
Amen.
Okay.
Alrighty.
The person don't respond as yet, so I'll give it out a direct message. After you go hard on the first bottle, taking 12 or 16 drops a day, can you still take the same amount the second and third bottle in the same format?
What do you mean? Go for the same 12 right through?
Yes.
It is possible to do that, but the reason why I want them to do that, I'm thinking about cost and everything as well. So I'm thinking that maybe but yeah, you can go for the first 2 bottles, I would say, at that dosage, and then come back down to earth after that. I would say no more than 2 at that high dosage.
Mm-hmm. Okay, great.
Okay, thank you. I don't see any more raised hands. Okay, so let me see if there's anybody in the chat. Okay, I just want to say this before the doctors come on with this. We don't do symptoms and stuff. We only do mitochondria, and they'll explain to you, good evening, which product is best for the eyes and how to use it.
All right, so for the eyes, it's the Rejuvenate.
Hmm.
And when you watch other Zoom calls that does the mitochondria product, you will see persons that put it directly on their eyes. I don't do that. I put it on my eyelids. Again, like Dr. Campbell explained in the beginning of the presentation, the eyelids, that's the thinnest skin on the entire body, and it does penetrate it and goes through it. So you close your eyes and you massage your eyelids, and it will get through it. The other thing you're going to want to do is not just put it on the eyelids, you're going to put it to the side. You're going to put it to the side where your eye is right there at what we call temple. Right there, you're going to massage it there as well, right at that soft spot, right behind the eyes. You're going to do it there so that it gets right in and get into those ocular muscles and the optic nerve and all of that kind of stuff. You're going to put it there. Person that has all 3 bottles, which one product is for high blood pressure and diabetes? It's the Restore mostly, but the Rejuvenate also help. When you apply it to the nervous system, like from the back of the neck down to the down your spinal cord. So they both work in combination to help with that. Person said they brought all three. Oh, so the long time, I'm talking about persons who are on those chronic medications. So well, anywhere over 1 year is a long time to be on any kind of medication. So yeah, anytime you've been taking a medication for over a year to fix stuff, yeah.
I did respond to the one about the three things, the
Yeah,
three
there are
products.
two.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are two hands raised.
Okay, thank you. And Charlene, you can open your mic, please. I don't know if I mispronounce your name, Sherilyn.
Miss Johnson, go ahead.
Okay, let me give her a little nudge. Okay, ask her to unmute. Okay, in the meantime, let's go to iPad. iPad, can you open your mic, please? You had your hand raised.
Yeah, good night, everyone. Good night, Dr. Samuels. Excellent presentation as always, sir, and thank you.
Welcome.
A while back, you mentioned about, I think it was vitamin B1, that it would be a good idea to take it with, I don't know if I'm reporting correctly what you said.
Yeah, B1 is thiamine, and thiamine deficiency is a problem for a lot of us because we don't get enough of it in our food. So B1 thiamine deficiency is very good for us to take. The other vitamin, the other B vitamin that I want people to take a look at is vitamin B12.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
if you're on any kind of these medication here for these complex issues, the diabetes and the I keep talking about them, but it is what it is. These things actually, the metformin, anybody that's on metformin needs to be taking vitamin B12.
Yeah. And did you say could ask the doctor to do the
Yeah,
that
the
test?
B12 test. Yes, it's right on it. It's written on it's a part of the it's a
B
part of the panel. Yes, it's on it.
The B12 and the B1.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thanks for chiming in. Let's
Well-
try back with Ms. Johnson again. Thank you.
We have Miss Johnson. We have Ailey, AILLIE.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was having such a struggle with trying to open up this mic. Sorry. Okay, I have a challenge with hair falling out. Every time I wash my hair, comb my hair, it's falling out. And I'm wondering if, I think it is the Rejuvenate
Yes,
or
the
Renew
Rejuvenate. Yeah,
would help.
The Rejuvenate should help. However, we need to be do a little more investigation to find out what is going on. We need how old are you?
66.
66, still young. Does anybody in your family have alopecia?
Not that I know about.
Where exactly is the hair falling out? Is it like
My head.
Yeah, but where in your head?
I mean, it's all over.
It's all over? Okay.
Yeah.
No, because sometimes persons have what we call male pattern baldness, and that can be a hormonal issue. Yeah, so
Okay.
even though the Rejuvenate will help by massaging your scalp with it, I still think that there's something going on that you should take both products. That's the Renew, because it could be a hormonal imbalance that is causing your hair to be falling out as it is. And so
Okay.
hormonal problems are mitochondrial problems, and so we need to get that sorted out.
Okay, so which two products, the Renew and
The Rejuvenate.
the Rejuvenate? Okay. All right. Another question. Someone dealing with let's say urinary is it ovarian sis?
Okay.
Can
Mhm.
these products help as well?
Again, every sickness and illnesses are as a result of mitochondrial breakdown.
Right.
So this will rebuild the mitochondria. And yes, their thing needs them to be aggressive and intentional when they first start, but it will work out, yes.
Okay. Okay. So it's
It's the
using it.
rejuvenate. Not the
Okay.
rejuvenate, the restore. Sorry, the restore.
Okay, the restore. So it's the
Yeah.
restore and the rejuvenate that comes in a bundle.
Right.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you kindly.
You're welcome.
Okay.
Okay, Ailey, and open your mic, please. Ailey, am I mispronouncing your word again? Your name again? There
Okay.
you go.
Yeah. What I would need to ask, I'm not having a problem, right? I had a problem because had a back pain and somebody introduced me to get the product. But I bought all three and I am not sure. I'm not on any form of medication if I'm supposed to. If I can just take all three of them.
Right. So the renew is capsule. You don't take more than 2 of that per day.
I have to take 2 per day.
You don't take more than 2 of that per day. So just 1 per day. How old are you?
62.
62.
Mm-hmm.
No hypertension?
Nothing at all.
Nothing at all. All right. So that's awesome. I love that. So in your case then, I would just do it for maintenance purposes.
Yes.
Right. So I would not double up and triple up on anything. I would just take it as for preventative maintenance. So no more than 4 milliliters per day of the restore.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not having any skin anomalies, you don't need to go ahead and use the rejuvenate at this point. But then I would take the restore and the brain and body.
Yeah, the brain and body, right?
Yes, since you got all 3. Now if you get like
I'll use the rejuvenators for like it's for your ear or your face.
right.
Whatever.
You can use it for your hair and yes, you can use it to brush your teeth. You can use it for them kind of stuff. Yes.
Okay. I have a cousin, right? Well, my husband is diabetic, hypertensive, but I'm not. He's not into anything else apart from what the doctor give him. So
God bless him.
I'm not going to take anything else apart from what doctor give him. So I was wondering if I was going to try to introduce what is the best thing I could introduce to him.
To be honest, the fact that he's got those 2 crazy things going on in his body, the restore will knock it out. Over time, the restore, he start taking the restore, and keep going to his doctors. Take it about 2 hours after he take his diabetic and hypertensive medication. He'll realize that they're gonna start reducing his dosage, because what's going to happen eventually is that the metformin is not going to be working anymore, and then he's probably going to end up on insulin, and so this can prevent him from getting there.
Okay.
I am a medical doctor and I'm talking to him as that.
Okay, he's not here, so I mean I couldn't he's not listening.
Bring him on Friday.
Okay.
Same time.
If you'll come. I have a cousin, he shakes a lot. The doctor said it wasn't
Parkinson's.
Parkinson's, but he the other he was shaking, but when I saw him on Monday and he was like, I'm not sure, he is shaking so bad that I I said, can you eat? Well, he cannot feed himself, or he's shaking so bad. But his wife said to me that when if he hears like something that's going on, like he shakes more during that time. So I'm wondering if he could, which one of these products I want to introduce this to his daughter. He said I should tell his daughter about it, and maybe she can come on the program, and then I could get it for him because he's willing to try anything that can
Yeah,
help.
bring him on Friday, but at the same token, I would give him both. I would give him both because he's one of them that we would say to start with like 8 milliliters, 8 to 10 milliliters per day of the Restore, and then we would put the Rejuvenate around his kind of deal with the nervous system where the Rejuvenate is concerned.
And the Rejuvenate
The gel. We'd
gel.
use that one. Yeah, he should get all three.
Okay, I'll tell his daughter about it, and then she come on, and then maybe she can
Ask whatever question she wants. Yeah.
yes. Okay, that's my question for tonight.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
iPad. Can you open your mic, please?
I think we did iPod already. He just didn't take it.
I've taken it down and that's
Okay.
it. So, okay. So we'll skip over for now and go to. Okay, you the way to like tell you, right? So go ahead, Doc.
I have a question about the I think it's the sciatic
Yeah. Go ahead.
nerve, or whether it's the pain in the leg or around the thigh or the hip area.
No, you're talking sciatica.
Sciatica.
Mhm.
Is this product good for that, or?
This product is excellent for that. But at the same token, once you're using this product, I'd like you to go to YouTube and find some exercise for sciatica. Right, some of the exercises and use them both.
I've started doing those on YouTube, right? Do them every
Yeah.
day.
Yeah. But this product is very good for that.
Okay. Thank you.
You are.
Thank you, Sophia.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Dr. Samuel, someone who suffers seizures, which one of the products should be best for them? Is it the Brain and Body or the Restore?
Okay, so the seizures are usually going to be coming from the brain. So they're going to need, I would put them on all three.
Okay.
Now,
Okay.
did they have a stroke?
No.
Did the doctor kind of tell you guys where this seizure is originating?
I think it's in the brain.
Yeah, but did they tell you which side?
No, I'm not sure. Sure.
Because I was going to say find out, and then we can apply the Rejuvenate to that particular area.
Okay, no problem. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's what the Brain and Body bundle number 1. Okay, so iPad, are you ready? Do you still need us?
Yes, I still need you.
Okay, go ahead, please.
I have a question following up from the person that just spoke. Seizures, the person had a stroke, but they have not determined what's the cause of the seizure. Dr. Samuels.
Oh, they had a stroke. What side stroke? Right side, left side?
I think it's left side.
Okay, so the left hand is not working, or the left foot, right?
Just weakness.
All right. So if it's just weak, would mean that we're going to put the Rejuvenate on the right side of the head.
Yeah.
Right. We're going to put it there. Are they doing therapy, physical therapy? Are they in therapy right now? How is their speech?
They're in therapy. Speech is great.
Okay.
No problem with speech.
Yeah, so they can take the Restore and the Rejuvenate and the Brain and Body, because this is a brain thing. So I would tell them to get bundle number 1 and use all three.
Yeah, but they haven't determined what's the cause of the seizures.
The seizures, did they have the seizures before the stroke, or they start having them?
After the stroke.
So the stroke is the root cause. So basically something is going on inside of the brain. And yeah, that's what's causing the seizures.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you. I almost called on you for a
I
moment
don't
there,
know how
Doctor.
to take down my hand.
I'll take it down for
Lower
you.
hand. Okay. Thank you.
Mhm.
So it.
Thanks.
So, folks, those of you who are taking diabetic medication, I'm going to encourage you not to play with it, not to mess with it. Take it according to what your physician has prescribed and so on and so forth. Do not play with diabetes. You will lose your toes. You will lose your digits. You will lose your eyesight. You will get erectile dysfunction. You will get vagina atrophy. So you take the medication as you were instructed, and then now we can start using these products to kind of help you to really to start the process of reversing stuff. Folks, diabetes is not something to play around with. um, so you if with the diabetic medication, I also want you to get the vitamin B12, and you want to take that one in the daytime. So you want to get your vitamin B12 and you want to start taking it in the daytime. If you're on the diabetic medication and the doctor give you statin to take, that's what we call the cholesterol pill. Yes, the Restore that we have does have some amount of CoQ10 in it, but you can get a good one. Qnal have a good CoQ10. You can also get that to supplement because your heart is going to need the CoQ10 that is being depleted by the metformin, and so on and so forth. So be compliant with your medication, and that can save you a whole lot of problems. All right. So that is what I want to encourage you and leave you with. Um, for us men, if you have a primary relative that had prostate cancer, especially if they have it before the age of 55, you're going to want to start getting yours checked out by the time you hit 40. Because once a primary relative like a dad, a grandpa, or a brother had it, then no, you're now prone to get it. Now, for the females, if you have somebody like your mom, your grandma, who had like breast cancer, ovarian cancer, and they have it before 65, or any kind of heart problem for both sexes before 65, you are now predisposed. And so you're going to want to start looking into these things and start trying to make the necessary arrangement, the necessary moves in order to kind of alleviate some of that. Now, if you are a gentleman on here and you're taking high blood pressure medication and you're on the water pill, that is not supposed to be taken for more than 6 months. 6 months is even too long. So you need to get to your doctor, and if he's got you on the water pill, you need to let him know, no, you need to find me something else. I need to come off the water pill, because that water pill cause a lot of problems. It can cause like gynecomastia, which is where you're competing with your wife to see who can wear the biggest size brassiere. And then once you start having gynecomastia because your breasts them grow big, then your incidence of breast cancer now increases, and you now can be prone to having breast cancer. And also you're going to be prone to having serious erectile dysfunction. All right, I'm done.
Okay. Quick question to you, sir. You mentioned something about vaginal something. I don't remember what it is. 2 things ago. But
Vitamin.
you were talking about vitamin. You're talking about a woman can have vaginal something or another, but I can't remember what it is.
Oh, vaginal atrophy. Where it kind of, when something atrophy, it shrinks. I mean, you'll get to the point where you probably not even interested in sex anymore. And vaginalis is the one where you can't even have sex, because anything come close to the vagina, it just shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up.
Okay. And what's for the second one? What's the cure for that one? Or is there, or happens periodically, or it's got to happen all the time?
It's usually okay. So it's usually it's usually a reaction to a trauma effect. So we can desensitize you with by talking to somebody, a counselor, and yeah. It's like sometimes these guys come in to do their prostate check, and I said, listen, lay on your side, pull your knees up to your chest, and we're talking about cricket, we're talking about Donald Trump, we're talking about politics, and then all of a sudden I said, okay, you can pull up your pants now, and he's like, you're done already? I'm like, yeah, man, you're done, everything good.
Yeah. So the trauma that a woman can experience to cause
Can
that
be
shut
raped,
down.
can be raped as a child, can be molested as a child, that can cause it, could have some kind of accident. A lot of our young girls riding the male bicycles, you probably almost jump off of it and hit her vagina real hard and cause some kind of damage there and so on and so forth. But most of it usually comes from being molested.
So it's not necessarily the partner you're with at the time that's causing that. That okay. And the shutdown can be anywhere from 2 to 3 days, right?
Unless you get married to a virgin and you went in with and use your penis as a weapon of mass destruction instead of a
Jesus.
joystick, then that can cause her to be like that too. So and so like when I counsel persons at church and I said, listen, guy, you are experienced. She has never gone down this road yet. You cannot just go there and just mess her up like that. You have to work your way in, take her in, especially if you're marrying a virgin who don't know nothing about sex. And even if she's not a virgin, she may not be as experienced as you are. And so now you are going to go there with the black man mentality that in order for you to be respected sexually, you have to hurt her. No, you don't need to hurt her. Who enjoys pain? We grow up learning that if she doesn't scream and cry, you're not doing it right. Nothing go so.
Well, I have the antidote for it. And if the ladies want to call me and tell you what to do if he does that. Thank you.
Okay.
And nobody never call you for nothing, you know.
Just as we close in a minute, Marva, just
Yes,
see if
sir.
there are any questions in the chat just to see if we just want to answer at least one or two before we close. Because we're going to close after this.
Okay, so I want to know if the Friday meeting is going to be something specific. I'm going to speak
I guess this person came on late. We're here promoting. Dr. Campbell, you can cover that. Tell them what we're promoting and why we do what we do. This that I'm doing here after is just bonus.
Bonus, man, bonus. So we do the regular More Mitre presentation. Okay, so the slides we use because they are new people and we give them full 100 information. Dr. Samuels is gracious and he will give additional information that you may not get from anywhere. So, you know, we are grateful to Dr. Samuels for bending backwards to accommodate questions of this nature. So thank you for asking. So anything else, Marva?
No, sir. The ball's in your court.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Appreciate you, sir.
Great.
Go ahead.
Now, there's one more thing. The person's talking about restore the thing for pain in your abdomen. Again, the restore is good. It does help to alleviate pain, but depending on where the abdominal pain is, we can tell you that the rejuvenate is also a good backup plan as well to work them together. Lower abdominal pain, and then don't play around with abdominal pain, you know, especially in the right side. Abdominal pain, especially in the right upper and lower quadrant, you don't want to mess with those. Right lower quadrant, we're dealing with stuff like appendicitis. You don't want to play around with that. In the middle to the upper quadrant, we have all kind of stuff that's going on there. We have the gallbladder around there, so that can also be some issues there. We have the head of the pancreas around there. That can also be some other issues there. On the right side also, we have a kidney, we have the urethra, we can have kidney stone. In the left side, basically, we're looking at stuff like kidney stones, kidney issues, the spleen is around there, so on and so forth. But the right side, you don't want to play with the right side unless you have a thing called dextrocardia, which is really, really rare. And this is where everything on the right side in a normal human being is on your left side. So we've seen that from time to time. And so as clinicians, we have to be very, very careful. That a person is coming in with a lot of pain on their left side, and we're saying that, oh, that's probably whatever or something else. And then lo and behold, it's appendix on the left side. It happened in the rare cases, but it does happen. And then the heart is not beating on the left side. It is more beating towards the right side. So those things kind of do happen. But so when talking about abdominal pain and so on, we have had persons who have had really good results from the from females have really good results with their period. They don't have a lot of that clotty stuff going on anymore, and the period had actually been regulated because they use both the Renew and the Rejuvenate, and they are really getting good results, and they really have gotten good results from that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Someone's asking, there's more in the chat there. I don't know what's BC. It says okay BC, because he said he was going to do some on blood pressure.
BC, blood clot, I don't know.
Oh, what do you mean? Because
Okay. We're
because
not done
he
with
said
with those tests.
he was going to do something on blood pressure on Friday.
Oh yeah,
I-
they confirm it and say
yeah.
because yeah.
Yes, they just want to say because, yes.
Okay.
Good. Yes, because, yes, right. All
Mm.
right. So we
And
thank you.
There's more. And it
One
says, please post this in the chat. What on tonight? You mean a recording? A recording will be done as soon as our engineer can get it out for us, if that's what you're speaking of. Okay.
All right.
Thank you,
Great.
Dr. King.
Great,
Surgery.
great. So we have to close, but
Yes,
we
sir.
say thanks to Dr. Samuels for doing the presentation, most of it, also answering the questions. I'm sure many of us are just so happy to have Dr. Samuels to explain things to us that sometimes our doctors are not careful enough to take us through. So we thank God for this man of God, this servant of God, this medical person who understands the body along with the mitochondria. It's a beautiful combination, and we thank God for what we have here. Also, want to thank Lady Marvel for conducting this Q&A session. We appreciate your level of professionalism, and we thank you for what you bring to the table. Sir Merrick, we thank you also for the role that you have played in supporting me and also the introductions and such alike. So Townsend for the platform, we appreciate that. Everybody who invited somebody, hey, enough respect to you, man. We thank you. Each person that came on. Friday night, we will recognize our visitors. We're not able to do that tonight, and we see how it goes. But thanks again for participating. Thanks for being here. We ask you please to let us assume a posture of reverence as we pray out. Have I left out any important announcement, Little Mother?
Yes, just one quick next one
Yes.
thing I need to clarify from you is that next Wednesday is Christmas, right?
It's Christmas.
So
yes, there'll be no meeting next week, Wednesday. It's something we need to consider too, that on Sunday we will tell you the programs for the rest of the year.
Yes.
So for Sunday night meeting. So Friday meeting and then Sunday meeting at 5 p.m. Jamaica time. So when they come on you first Sunday, you will hear what are the schedule for the rest of the year.
Okay.
Okay,
Wonderful.
great. Thank you,
Yeah, we
Dr.
just want to remember Dr. Batik and Pastor Batik and his congregation in our prayers.
Yes, so true. Okay, so let us close in prayer. We say, Father, thank you again for tonight. Thank you for your children who have come here to look to you for help. Thank you, God, for what you have sent in this balm and this oil from this company, Momito. Thank you for Dr. Samuels and the way he presents with clarity. Thank you for Marv and the role she plays. Thank you for Merrick Townsend. We pray now for Pastor Batik. God, we pray that as they continue to grieve after the funeral of our family church member, we pray, God, you continue to reach down and touch a place on the inside that no human can ever touch and give them the comfort they need at this moment. May you bless us all on this call tonight, every family represented, every person with an issue in their tissue. Father, they may not have spoken, but Lord, help us to help each other to be well. Bless, Lord, we pray. Grant us sleep. We ask you to watch over us. Until the next meeting, we pray in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen. Thank you guys for coming. Dr. Batik, we love you. And your congregation, we miss your energy.
to the January 6th
Amen,
meeting.
amen.
She spoke about Trump throwing a plate
Okay.
against a wall when Attorney
All right.
General Bill Barr made a
You can
public
say
statement
goodbye,
that we
believe
hadn't
in
found
me.
any evidence
Good
of
night,
Okay,
alleged
family.
fraud.
Take care
night,
now.
night, everyone. Good
Hutchinson
night.
is how we first learned about the alleged